Welcome back. It is opening day, Thursday, March 30th. Our three favorite picks are on the way. I'm Austin, joined by Logan. If you don't know who he is, you will certainly know now. How you doing, Logan? Welcome back to the channel.
Austin, I am so excited for baseball season. It's finally here, guys. We've waited all off season long. We're going to be in it for the long haul. A lot of new subscribers on this channel, Austin. I'm so excited to make some money with them this year.
Yeah, I mean, the channel has grown a ton since you last were here. A lot of people might not know who you are, but you're going to be here every single morning for the people with your favorite picks. We're going to dive into game picks. We're going to have props. We're going to have Nerfies. If you don't know what Nerfy is, stay tuned for later on in this video. But let's, of course, recap how last year went. A lot of people don't know. We were up 52 units. Look, pretty good record. The Nerfies, we crushed it on Nerfy Nation. Besides that weird May to June streak, Logan knows what I'm talking about, where we had a cold streak there, but we were up 25 units on the no-run first innings. It was a great year all around, but we're going to wipe the slate clean, Logan. 0-0. MLB's a long grind. There's going to be ups and downs all year long. We got a fresh slate. Let's dive into our favorite picks. Logan, I'm going to let you start it off. What you riding with on opening day?
Yeah, I'm going to the marquee game on the slate, right? I'm going to Pirates versus Reds, baby. I'm starting with the over 8.5 total runs as my pick. Plus 100 odds on DraftKings is currently your best value. Now, look. When you're looking down the slate and you're looking at all these over-unders, this one might stick out a little bit because the number's pretty high for game one of the season, but it has to be high for a reason, right? Now on the red side, you've got Hunter Green. He was great in 2 starts versus the Pirates last year, 0 and 1 earned runs. If you look at those 2 games, Green was absolutely dealing 10 and 9 strikeouts in those 2 starts with a .9 whip. Whip, for anybody who's new to baseball, stands for walks and hits per inning pitched. You want that number to be under 1. That's a pretty respectable whip. So the stats are telling me Green was pretty decent, especially against that Pirates team last year. But there was some trouble on the horizon. In 11 games, Hunter Green had a 4.7 ERA at home last year. We know how hitter-friendly Great American Ballpark is. Guys, take it from me. That place can be a launch pad sometimes. A lot of hitters do like hitting at Cincinnati. And I think there will be a lot of run opportunities. And 4 of Green's 11 starts at home, he allowed multiple home runs. Look, all it takes is some missed locations for an erratic pitcher like Hunter Green. And these Pirates have sneaky good hitters, right? Last year, yeah, kind of abysmal team. But this is a new offense, new year. G-Man Choi, Brian Hayes, Andrew McCutchen, O'Neal Cruz, and Reynolds. We know how potent this lineup can be sometimes. I think they will be able to get some hits and runs up on Hunter Green. He's definitely not unhittable. And if he's missing locations, he's one of those erratic pitchers, Austin. I'm just telling you, I've seen it before. Now on the other side, we got Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller, kind of a bum. I'm not going to lie. He was lit up by the Reds last season, 1-5 and 5 earned runs in 3 starts, a 1.71 whip versus the Reds. Guys, that's not a very good whip. Walks to hits per inning pitched. The closer number to that is 2. That's not a really good ratio at all. Keller allowed a home run in 2 out of 3 starts versus the Reds. Pitch location has been, really struggling for him. We know Mitch Keller, he can sometimes just host the occasional hit parade. And in baseball, that's exactly what you need to cash an over, right? Reds have decent offensive weapons too, right? Not household names, but good enough. Will Myers, India, and Jake Fraley, they call him Rake Fraley, a great nickname. I think they'll be able to get some offensive production. And last point of note, in 2022, these 2 teams, Pittsburgh, 29th in bullpen ERA. Cincinnati, not much better, 28th in bullpen ERA. There should be a lot of run opportunities late with these 2 bullpens. The question is, I know it's a new year. How much better did they get in the offseason? Austin, I don't think a whole lot more, and that's why I'm taking the over in this Pirates versus Reds game. But I know you got a player prop for the people. What do you got for us?
There's no better day than to start off the first day of the year with the player prop. But Logan, to talk about your play, I like it. I'm glad you mentioned the bullpens because we don't know with these starting pitchers who's on a pitch count, who's only going to be limited to 4 or 5 innings. And when those bullpens come in, I don't know what the Pirates and Reds did 100% to the bullpen, but I'd be willing to bet that they're not great this year. But let's dive into my play, though. And it's going to be a player prop, and it's a K prop, and it's Eduardo Rodriguez of the Detroit Tigers over 3.5 strikeouts, minus 125 on DraftKings. Now, as you see, I do a lot of NBA player props, taking my talents to the MLB. And while I won't necessarily do as many in the MLB that I do with the NBA, I do think Eduardo Rodriguez is a pretty decent one that will just put a unit on. Now, if this line goes up to 4.5, I'd be a little bit hesitant because, as we know, K props can be pretty sharp, and especially early on in the season. But we look at Rodriguez last year, 17 starts. He was decent in them. He had 4 Ks in 10 of those 17, so a pretty good hit rate. And like I talked about, most pitchers are going to enter the season with the K prop or with the pitch count. You're going to have guys that maybe go out there and throw 75 pitches, and you're like, dang, why did I take their over 8.5 Ks? Well, the books, I think, are factoring that in a little bit here. But we look at Rodriguez, made 3 spring training starts. He threw for 55, 75, and 85 pitches in those games. So in those games, he also struck out 5, 6, and 6 batters. So he was able to hit this line. Wasn't necessarily needed 100 pitches in spring training. He was doing a good job. He was being efficient with his pitches. And this is a younger pitcher. He could come out here. He is a lefty. And look, if the Rays are going to switch up their whole lineup, they are a team that likes to do that. But we look at last year. Rodriguez, obviously, he worked on some stuff this offseason, but he has much better splits versus right-handed batters. The Rays are projected to probably start at least 5, maybe 6 or 7 right-handed batters. If they want to throw out a lot of lefties against them, that's probably not a great recipe for success for Rodriguez. But like I said, K-props can be volatile. This is such a low line. It's not like we're asking Rodriguez to go out there, throw a masterclass performance. All he has to do is be better than he was last time against the Rays, because last year against this same Rays team, obviously some players are different. He threw a big 0.1 innings pitch, didn't make out the first inning. He had 300 runs, 0 Ks, got injured in that game. So you can't do worse than that. He absolutely can't do worse. I think he comes out here, has a pretty decent showing. The Rays were a team that struck out a lot last year. They didn't really change their offense a whole lot. I like Eduardo Rodriguez. Start us off 1-0 in the K-props, Logan. That's what we're asking for. I hope he gets it done. I think it's over 3.5 Ks. But Logan, it is time for what the people have been all waiting for. And I think you know what time it is, because it's Nerfy Nation time. You hear the music in the background. The flags are out. And now people are like, what the heck is going on? Now, we're going to wave these flags every day for Nerfy Nation, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Now, if you have no idea what a no-run first inning is, well, that's exactly what it is. Nerfy stands for no-run first inning. You can take the under 0.5 runs in the first inning. Sometimes books are a little weird, and they offer the tie as better value. If you want to take the tie, go for it. But all we need is 0 runs in those first inning, and that's 6 quick outs. Logan, what are we running with today? I'll let you lead this one off.
Yeah, Austin. We're going to the Battle of the Birds, right? We're going Blue Jays versus Cardinals, and we're taking the no-run first inning in this one. Your current best value is -127 on Barstool. And guys, if when you wake up, place the no-run first inning bet. These odds get terrible as the day goes on. Just trust us on this. It will end up very juiced. And again, we don't want to play super juiced Nerfies. -130-ish, if 140 is cutting it close. But we do like this one for the value to start to kick this year off. Now, obviously these two teams are playing in Busch Stadium. This is a very pitcher-friendly ballpark, which you like to see. You like to have that on your side. And starting for the Cardinals in the top half of the inning, we got Miles Mikolas, right? 0 first inning runs allowed versus the Blue Jays in 2022. Obviously, being a new year, I still think Mikolas, first time through the order, will be able to keep the ball in the ballpark. That's going to be the real issue for him. Sometimes he is susceptible to the home run. Springer does scare me, right? But you know what? A Nerfy's good for some sweat, right? We can get Springer out. We can obviously get Vlad Guerrero Jr. out, maybe Bo Bichette. And we should stand a really good chance at getting through that top half of the order. Toronto was 16th in first inning runs back in 2022, so about middle of the pack. I think Miles Mikolas can do his job in the first half of the inning. Who's got our second half of the inning?
Yeah, Logan, I'm glad you talked about the juiced fact of Nerfies. You're not going to see us come out here and give you a -170 Nerfy. We would have to be really down bad, losing about 12 in a row to get that rate. I mean, no-run first innings, they are a luck-based bet. If you're in for something that's electric to win and absolutely catastrophic to lose, these are the bets for you. But I'm going to talk about Alek Manoah, the Blue Jays' best pitcher, who's on the mound for them to start this one off. And he's going to go up against the Cardinals. Now, last year, Cardinals one of the best offenses in the league, second in first inning runs in 2022. They were great. He's going to have to face Arenado and Goldschmidt. Both of those guys, though, have never faced Manoah. Normally, when we see a guy that has never faced another pitcher, especially someone as talented as a guy like Manoah, normally the advantage is going to go to the pitcher. The hitters obviously start to see more pitches as they go through their at-bats, watch their teammates bat too. So then the tide switches a little bit more towards the batter. But look, I think these guys are going to come in. We're going to see Manoah dominate like he did all last season. He was one of the best Nerfy pitchers in the league. And the over-under set to 7.5, right in that little sweet spot that we're kind of looking for, Logan. So I think we're going to target this one. This is a really good one. Hopefully we can start off 1-0 for Nerfy Nation. We can wave these flags. Blue Jays, Cardinals, no one first inning, Logan. All we're asking for is 6 outs. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I love it, Austin. Hopefully, Nerfy Nation, we're going to be in for a big year. We won lots of units last year. As also mentioned, you got to be responsible for these bets, though. Normally, ace pitchers, the most obvious Nerfies on the slate, that's the one Austin and I tend to stay away from. I mean, you're going to come in here and tell us Sandy versus Scherzer. That's not who we are. We don't pick those -170-ish Nerfies. We pick the better value plays, and we live with the consequences.
And that's how we were so good last season. So hopefully this is another great year. We appreciate you guys for coming out to this Thursday video. We're going to keep doing these every single morning. So clock in with us, spend some time with us. We posted every single morning. We love you guys. Let's have a great MLB season. Hopefully do even better than 52 units last year. And you'll see you get Logan and I back again tomorrow morning at same time, same place with our favorite picks, recapping how we did. Let's have a great season. Let's have a great day. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.